Shakina, are you going to put on your video or you going to keep it off?
No, I'll put my video on. I'll put my video on. Okay. Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's great to see you all again. This Saturday, we are having our second workshop with the Deliver team. And this workshop is going to be on identity. You'll know from previous workshops that we had one on trust. Essentially, why is Tutonic, which is a maths organization, doing something like this? Isn't it just about maths? Essentially, even though Tutonic is a maths organization, we recognize that there is a place for nurturing emotional intelligence in addition to just what you could conventionally say as IQ. And it's important to teach students the skills because in many cases, what might be affecting your performance academically may hold its roots in various maybe emotional challenges that are linked to your emotional intelligence. And that's exactly why we've partnered with the Deliver Naledi team. And today is just the latest installment of that partnership. And it's going to be presented by one of the members of their team, Shakina, who I'll hand over to now.
No, thank you all so much for coming. And as Elias had said, we are going to be speaking on identity today and why it is important for all of us. So I'm just going to share my slides quickly, and then I'm going to ask Anne to quickly just run through it with me, and then we'll get started properly. Anne?
Okay, yes. Thank you all for coming, very exciting. I've seen a number of names that were on our first workshop. I can see that you are building the who you are. And thank you for allowing us to be partners with you. I think Elias has introduced himself, Shekina has done so. We'll start off by introducing ourselves. In the introduction, just give us your name and what you are good at. What is it that you shine at? Just one word or one phrase, and we'll go around. Anyone can go. I'll start and say, my name is Anne, and I shine at listening to people. Anyone can go.
Maybe you could even tag someone.
Yeah.
Like that.
Can I maybe respond?
Sure.
Funny enough, Anne, you actually totally stole what I was going to say. I was going to say the same thing. I'm good at listening, and I think that helps since I want to be a teacher, and I think that's an important part of it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Did I steal or you stole?
You said it first. I was going to.
Anyone?
Maybe you want to tag someone, Layla.
Nafisa, maybe?
Hello, my name is Nafisa, and I'm also good with working around people, and I also like listening to them and helping them out. I'm always trying my best to be there for people that needs me, basically.
Hi everyone, my name is Avuyile, and the reason actually I was sitting here thinking, what am I good at, but then someone said that they were good at talking to people. So I am really good at being alone and working alone. Like I'm good at sitting by myself and just thinking. Thank you.
To tag someone, Aviile?
Asia.
Asia, yeah.
Hello, my name's Asia. I did think about it, but I really don't know what I shine at. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why we're here today, to figure that out. Okay, so during the process, when you come out of it, hopefully you'll be able to say something that you know you are good at and recognize that in yourself.
Is Asia still there?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, you just need to tag someone else? Okay, we'll go to Sahara. Or Zara, sorry.
Hello everyone, my name is Zahra, and I think what I shine at most is that I'm really caring and supportive, and I love helping others and knowing that I can make a difference in their life.
Sure, thank you. Just tag someone else.
Alia Sadi.
Hi, I'm Alia, and I'm good at procrastinating. But hopefully, at the end of this session, I'll find out something that I shine better than procrastinating.
Sure.
You gonna tag someone, Alia?
Nusret.
Hi, I am Nusret, and what's good at me or what I'm good at is really boring, but I'm good at analyzing and criticizing situations and things. But yeah.
Do you want to tag someone?
Charles.
What I'm particularly good at is on a Saturday morning, chilling, sitting on my bed, listening to other people talk, which doesn't happen very often, but Saturday mornings, I'm very good at it.
Charles, don't you want to tag someone?
I can't see their names or faces. Okay, Ilias, it's up to you, dude, because I know you're in the room.
So my name is Ilias, and I think a positive trait is that I enjoy working with people and mobilizing people around a common goal. I'm going to tag Ishreen Raut.
Hi, my name is Ishreen, and I don't really know what I'm good at. Maybe just helping people and motivating people. Yeah. So.
And Shaida and Tasmia after that. Shaida and Tasmia.
I'm Shahida, and I shine at observing people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tasmia?
Hi, I'm Tasmia. I feel like I'm really good at working, interacting, and like building up the special needs community. And I have like a really good passion for writing poetry.
Who else is left? Tumi. Oh, is Tumi gone now?
Yeah, Tumi is gone.
Okay.
I see Musiwa. Musiwa is in. Musiwa, we are introducing ourselves, your name and what you're good at, what you shine at.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Musiwa Madula, and one thing that I shine or am good at is talking too much.
Thank you.
And
I
being
see.
creative.
Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Musiwa. I see Cindy is back. Also, Cindy, your name and what you shine at.
I think you must just connect your audio, Cindy. She doesn't have an audio.
Yeah.
You must say join with computer audio, or I'm not sure what device you're using, but you must just connect your audio.
Okay, whilst waiting for Cindy to connect, I think we've done the round to introduce ourselves. I just want to talk a little bit about who we are as Deliver. We are a registered non-profit organization, have been in operation since 2010. And we are grateful to the Tutonic and Deliver team for having initiated this, and we hope that we all will benefit from this. Having been registered in 2010, we have been able to reach over 4,500 students and educators. And Tutonic works, Deliver works with facilitators and life coaches. It is a leadership, it has a leadership program called Naledi. Naledi in Sesotho languages mean star. And we used it to point out the star leadership potential in each one of us. All we need to do is to awaken that potential. This is done through our core skills, the 7 R's, which you will learn more about in this workshop. The workshops are aimed at bringing to the fore the various tools and skills you can use to become the person you want to be. As we are all unique and different as people, there is no one size fits all. We are saying, let's embrace the different tools and skills to develop ourselves. For this workshop, I'm saying to you, feel safe to engage with other participants, share what you are comfortable in sharing, ask questions for clarity, and use the chat in need. We are on social media, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us to engage and learn more and shine and find yourself. I would request you to complete the evaluation form at the end of the workshop, and please enjoy yourself and let's engage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne, for that and for sharing with us what Deliver is. As we were told earlier on, we spoke on the workshop being on identity and us discovering who we are and what it is we do and why we do the things that we do. And we've already given introductions and everything. And thank you all again. So we're going to do some container building. And when we say container building, we want to build a safe place. I'm sure all of you, or some of you will be made aware that we are going to use Mentimeter for this. And I'll give you the code just now. So what you'll do is on your phones or on your computers or whatever device you're going to be on, you'll just go to www.menti.com, and then you'll use the code that is provided on the screen. That is 5817594. So if we could all go to www.menti.com so that we can share what the question is. They just. And you'll see there, when you go to www.menti.com, it asks you a question, and then you're given options to answer those questions. So please do answer those questions. Understanding, I see. Let's get some more answers in there. Sure. Let's get some more answers in there. I see non-judgmental, understanding, to be listened to, patience, openness, trust. What more? What more? Oh, I see understanding is the big one. Caring, embraced, not judged, non-judgmental, support, openness, safety, security. Consideration, respect, support. These are all big things. Okay, let's go on. Let's try put in some more. Empathy. Consideration. Let's see if we can put in some more. Cooperation. Sure. I'll give us 2 more minutes and then we can wrap it up. Sure. Embrace safety, team spirit, openness.
And they answered, believe in your Lord Jesus as your personal Savior and entrust yourself to Him, and you will be saved and your household.
What must I do to be saved?
Cool. Elias, you're on mute.
Cindy, I just muted your mic because it was just a bit loud, so I just muted that. Hope you don't mind.
Thank you. Sure. Team spirit, understanding, respect, embraced, sharing, empathy, to be listened to, trust, security, support, non-judgmental, caring, acceptance, not judged, understanding, consideration, cooperation, patience, open-minded, openness, non-judgmental. Sure, these are all big, great things. Sure, I think we'll stop it for now, unless people still want to add on. But I see that our big one here is understanding. And I'm going to ask as to why understanding is the biggest one. Who can I ask? Who can I ask? Let's see. Nusrat, if you're there.
I think that most people form any relationship with anything or anyone based on understanding. Because if you can understand someone, you can open up to them, be with them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So my question is, you would like everyone on the team to understand you all so that we're able to communicate and build this thing called trust.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyone else want to talk on this? Avuyile?
Okay, well, I feel like understanding is the most common and big word because understanding links in with not being judged. If I'm in this meeting and I'm being judged or I'm anticipating being judged, then it's going to be hard for me to participate in this and open up. So that's why understanding is needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Avuyile. So understanding is the big one for us to open up in the group and for us to speak in the group. We need to all understand each other. But I also heard, Avuyile, you said that you don't want to come into the room with an assumption that you will be judged. You want to come into the room with the assumption that everyone will understand you. Sure. I'm seeing trust, support, team spirit, embraced. Do we all want to feel embraced? You're going to have to give me thumbs up or some sort of, because I'm not able to see your faces. Yeah, yes, and I see you raised your hand.
Yes.
Oh, you agree?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure. So in the group that we're in here, or us sitting here today, just looking at all these words, do we feel that this is what we can bring to the group? And this is what we can bring to the session today? Are we all good with that? A thumbs up will do good, it's okay. I see Elias has put his thumbs up. Shahida Zara has. Two parts. Okay, I see you. Thank you all so much. I will close this. Come back here. Okay. How did that feel, sharing what it is you want to see in the group for you to fully participate? Anyone can come in here. Nusrat?
Okay, I'm actually so sorry. For 5 seconds,
Sure.
I dozed off. Like I was in my imagination, so I didn't hear the question. I am so sorry.
I'll repeat it for you. The question was, how did it feel you typing out all those words when you asked what it is you would want for the group to feel safe and for you to fully participate? What was your feeling?
Well, I think because it was anonymous, it was easier to do. If it was under my name, I would have freaked out. But it was good. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a good feeling, a nice feeling.
Sure. Asia?
I think by doing that, you also realize yourself. You make yourself realize what you are thinking, because you don't often think about it.
Sure. Alia?
It basically took things off my mind because what makes me feel safe? So it was like a broad thought in my mind, and then whatever word I put down there was basically what was going on in my mind.
Sure. Sure. See. Zahra? Zahra there?
It made me realize what you need to feel safe, and like it was very good because it was positive things. Yeah.
We're counting for one more person. Shahida, I think. Oh, yeah. Shahida? I think Shahida is not.
It felt like I got relieved of like whatever has been like stressing me before. I attended this workshop.
Oh, okay. So you feel more relieved now that you've typed out all those words that you wanted to, for you to fully participate.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, as we had said and as we had stated, we are speaking on who I am. And I believe Elias has asked you to bring a pen and paper. And on that piece of paper, what we'd like you to do is write down 10 statements starting with the words I am, and then you'll fill in the blank. So 10 statements saying I am, ... whatever you want to say. Will allow you to fill that all in. I think, Elias, this is where we'll put them into
breakout rooms.
Yeah, breakout rooms.
Okay. So they must just fill in I am statements and then
Fill in
discuss
I am statements and then discuss their I am statements with their whoever they put in with. Yeah.
Okay. So does everybody understand that? Otherwise, you might get to the room and then ask, what must we do?
So what you will do is you'll go into your breakout rooms, you'll write out 10 I am statements, and then with whoever you're paired with, you will then discuss those statements. Clear? Thumbs up.
Okay.
Cool.
3, 2, 1, go. And you're going to join the breakout room. Abigail, you must just join the breakout room. Avila, you must just click to join the breakout room. Cindy, are you there? Can you hear us? Cindy? Cindy, can you hear us? Cindy?
Hello.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I'm going to put you in one of the breakout rooms, okay?
Hi.
So you can just...
Okay. It's my connection isn't good here.
It's okay. So
Hey.
just try your best to write down I am statements. But I've put you in the breakout room, so just click join breakout room. It should say that's on your screen, okay?
Cindy. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
she's
she's
joined.
joined. Oh, yeah. She's cool.
Sure.
So while they're in their breakout rooms, I thought we would listen to a video that I think kind of covers the 7 R's from Naledi. But we'll just have a listen and you give me your thoughts. Share that. Sure.
Our purpose drops in our laps as if the heavens threw it by accident. Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret. As giving up is the birth of regret. In the summer of 2009, I was 19 years old, working a summer position at Target between my freshman and sophomore year at undergraduate school. I was working in the women's clothing department and I noticed a lady staring at me from across the aisle. I figured she probably had a few screws loose, so I attempted to ignore her very intense stares. She eventually manages to make her way a little bit closer and closer to me where I was working until she eventually walks up to me and says hello. I say the famous Target quote, which is, "Hi, may I help you find something?" So now anytime someone says that to you all in Target, you know it's their
Shakina, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not hearing the video. I think your mic is muted, that is why.
Oh, okay.
So
At
you,
times are perfect. I don't have any kids.
yeah,
It's
sure.
fine now. Sure.
Yes, so you don't have to mute your
I
mic.
was married, and then I said, "No, ma'am, I am not married." She says, "How old are you?" I said, 19. "May I help you find something?" She then says, "You are the most beautiful girl I have seen." And I said, "Oh, thank you." I didn't work that much on my makeup, but I did the best I could, but thank you. And then she says, "I think you could be the next Miss USA." And I stare at her in pure disgust and said, "Pageants? You're telling me pageants like Sandra Bullock, Miss Congeniality. Pageants? You think I should compete in pageants? I'm in the Army, okay? We don't do pageants in the Army." She then asked me to meet her at Starbucks the very next day before my next shift at Target. And she just wanted to do a little bit of explaining when it comes to what pageants is. And apparently I was a pretty open-minded 19-year-old because I actually agreed to meet her the very next day. The next day, she brought this foot-tall stack of pageant books and proceeds to convince me to enter into a state pageant 3 months later. For those who do not know, when it comes to Miss USA, you have to win your state first, okay? So 3 months later, I compete in my first pageant, and I lose. I go back the second year, compete in the state pageant, I lose. Go back the third year, compete in the state pageant, and lose. Go back the fourth year, compete in the same pageant, and lose. I go back the fifth year, y'all, compete in the state pageant and lose. But guess what? I go back the sixth year. Guess what happens? I lose. I called her on the phone and said, "You told me I could be the next Miss USA." And she says, "Deshauna, keep working, don't quit, keep going back." And in June of 2015, she passes away from leukemia. 6 months later, in December 2015, I win Miss District of Columbia, USA. And 6 months after that, in June of 2016, I become the first soldier to win Miss USA. You all already know where I'm going with this. At times, our purpose drops in our laps as if the heavens threw it by accident. I ask only one thing of you all today after you leave this building, after accomplishing an amazing goal. Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret. As giving up is the birth of regret. After you walk out this door, you will receive 100 doors shut, slammed in your face. You will have 100 moments that will be filled with someone telling you no, or telling you, "Thank you for your application, but we regret to inform you that we've chosen a different candidate for this job." You will sit in 100 different interviews and you will not get the job. The reality of life is that we will all hear more no's than we hear yeses. And we will fail a lot, and I mean a whole lot. But what I ask of you today is to not take no for an answer. Don't be afraid of no's. Be afraid of the possibility of a yes that you have prematurely destroyed because you decided to quit before the clock strikes 12. You can ask anyone, friend, family, anybody. I love a good no. Please tell me no. Telling me no is like adding fuel to a fire that is now set ablaze because of your single no. I love additional reasons to work harder. Please give me a reason. So today I challenge you to fight, to work, to not stop here, to believe so heavily in your aspirations that you too will not fear the word no, but instead you will choose to welcome it. Thank you for your time.
Sure. What are the thoughts? Oh, they're here already. Cool, cool.
Not only one, only one.
Okay.
I think it's a great reminder of the importance of perseverance.
Yeah, definitely. One of our R's is resilience, and she spoke on that a lot. Layla?
Yes, I totally agree. And it's important as well for people to realize that everyone will get a no in life, no, we regret to inform you or anything. It's a normal thing. Because I think often people might feel like it's just me, stuff is happening for everyone else. But I mean, it's actually universal and it's something we must learn to live with and then work from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, to me. To me. Oh, okay. Charlie?
Heidi?
What do you think of the video?
No, I like it. I like she packs a punch, this lady. Comes through the front door.
Sure.
Sure.
Mosiwa?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you now.
Oh, okay. No, I actually love the video. I think for
Mm.
me, one of the things that I realize is just not being able to give up. And just when someone reminds you of something that you don't see about yourself, and yet you don't give up, and then finally it pays off. I think that's what happened with her. She kept on going either way. I mean, 6 times. Imagine every year. That's too much. But I think for me, it's just being able to keep going no matter what.
Sure. And
Yeah, I think very important is that the no's, it doesn't matter how many there are, should never change who you are and should never be able to get you out of your track. So despite the no's, the focus was still there and she knew who she was and she was determined to go ahead and do it.
Sure. Tumi, are you there? Sure, I think Tumi, I'll just send her a message. And I see our participants are slowly coming in.
I think we can close the breakout rooms. Shakira.
What time does it? Yeah, I think it's time we can close it. Yeah.
Okay, joining in 10 seconds. They should be joining now.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, there we are. Sure. How are we all feeling? I'm not going to call out names, so we'll just need to pop. Whoever wants to speak may speak. No one wants to speak.
A praying woman is a dangerous woman.
Ishreen?
There was like I realized I have a lot in common with other people, and I just realized a lot. It felt really good to speak about these things and what we have in common and relate to it. Yeah.
Sure. Just some we're on the same boat. Who are you sharing with? Yes, Ishreen?
Okay, let me just find
it was me.
Yes.
It was Abuil.
Oh, you with Abuile. Okay. And how did it feel when you were sharing your statements with each other? How did you feel?
Should I speak?
Yes, you can speak up. Abuile.
Oh, okay. Well, to be honest, while I was sharing my statements, I was actually kind of very unsure because I was like, what am I writing here? Because if the thing with me is that I think more than I feel. So it was kind of, first of all, it was kind of hard writing those statements down, and reading them out aloud was like, what am I saying here? Is this even right? So, but you know,
speaking about it and hearing myself saying the statements, it caused me to think about it. And yeah, that's how I felt reading my statements.
Sure. Nafisa, who are you sharing with?
Can you hear me?
You're a little soft. You just need to speak a little louder.
I was sharing my room with Nusrat. It was really nice getting to know how she feels about herself and what she thinks her strength is. And I got to speak about who I am and what my strengths are. And we discussed each other's personality with each other. It was really nice. And she was very open-minded, and she gave me the chance to speak and I gave her the chance to speak. So it was very nice speaking about it.
Sure. You said it was with Nusrat, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nusrat, how did you feel?
At first, I felt really weird about it because I've never done this before, just say a bunch of facts about myself. But once I started, it was a lot easier and it was actually really nice. And I realized that Nafisa was also, she was really open-minded to the entire situation and she didn't interrupt me or anything. She just listened and then I listened while she spoke.
Sure. Alia?
I think it was great to be understood by a lovely partner because she understood everything I said and I understood what everything she said about herself, and I think it was beautiful.
Sure. Who was your partner, Alia?
Shahida.
Shahida. Shahida, how did you feel about it? Shahida, you there?
So really nice.
I'm sorry, Shahida, I didn't get what she said.
Because I let her speak first, I seen that she's a very warm-hearted person. So I felt very comfortable to also speak my mind.
Sure. Okay. Asiya.
When I had to write the sentences, I did struggle because like I never thought about it. It's like it's not often that you sit down and like just think about yourself. It's like you know yourself, but like when you actually must think about it, it is a bit hard. And then, but my partner was really nice, and we just spoke, and it was refreshing. And she gave some like advice. It was really nice.
And who was your partner, Asiya?
Zahra.
Zahra.
Yes.
Okay. Zahra, how did it feel for you?
I enjoyed this. At first, I found it very challenging because I had to think about who I am really. Like I know myself, but to think about what type of person you are, to put the adjectives down, it was really something to think about. But yeah, my partner was very nice and I'm so glad I made another friend.
Cool. How many of us were able to complete all 10 statements?
At first, I only got 7. And then once I spoke to Nafisa, I got all 10. She gave me ideas.
So you took ideas from your partner. Cool. Anyone else?
I actually ended up writing more than 10 because as you start writing, you realize, oh, I'm actually like this also and that also. And then I ended up writing more. And I feel great because it's like you self-appreciate, like you know who you are and you write it down and you're like, I am this. So it was nice. It was really nice because you don't do this
Oh,
often. So when you get the chance to write it down, you just feel very nice and great about yourself.
yeah, definitely. Others? Ishrin?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
How many were you able to complete all 10 statements?
Oh, yes. I
You
completed
didn't find
all 10 and then
all
we
10
spoke
statements.
about it.
Okay. I see Alviera said she feels like she scraped it. Okay. That's cool, guys. Which statements did we write a lot? Did we write good things about ourselves, or did we write self-critical statements? Anyone can jump in. Yes, Zahra?
Oh, mine was actually all positive, like thinking about my weaknesses and the bad things. It never came to my mind. Like I just immediately started with what type of person I am and my strength. That never like came to my mind.
So a lot of so all the positive for you came out.
Yes.
Sure. Asya?
I did think about self-criticism as well, but it is easier. Like the more like the positives were harder to think about. Like I actually had to like properly think.
But more Thank you, Elias. Nafisa?
Mine was also all positive, so the negatives never really came to my mind because once I started reflecting on myself, it was like, what am I good at, and not the bad side.
Sure. By a show of hands, how many of us only wrote positive statements? I see 1, 2. And then how many of us wrote self-critical statements? So the not so nice statements. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many of us had a mix of the two? One. Cool. Which one is more easy? Which one comes easier to us? Writing the good stuff or writing the self-critical? Let's see.
May I speak?
Yes, you may.
I feel like it was easier to be self-critical because it's easier to be self-critical because I know that I can always do better. So it's kind of like delaying gratification. So it's easier to be self-critical because then I'm analyzing myself and I can see what I'm doing wrong so that I can improve it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hafiz. Anyone else?
I would say the opposite. I think it was very easy to talk about what you're good at, like my weaknesses or my bad sides. It never came to mind. Like I immediately just thought about the positives and what type of person I am.
Oh, okay. So two opposing thoughts here. One says self-critical is easy, the other says the positive is easy. Anyone else? Yes, Nafisa?
I was gonna say, I think it will differ from person to person. Everybody have different personalities. So when you put them in a situation like that, people are gonna have different like some people will be good with criticizing themselves and some will focus on the positive side. So I think it depends on the type of person you are. So it's not like one right answer. So yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Nafisa. Cindy? Hmm. Cindy? Is she?
Cindy, can you hear us? Cindy? I think she's not here. I don't think she can hear us.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all so much for sharing that with us. How are we feeling now that we have shared our statements? What are we feeling? With this, we're going to do a pop. So whoever starts will just throw the bait into someone else. Who wants to have a go?
To be honest, I have to say, when some of them thought about the negatives and the bad traits, I was thinking to myself, was I wrong to only mention the positives? Like, should I be thinking what I can improve on? Or shouldn't I have said all the positive things, even though that's what came to my mind?
Sure. Another one? Asia?
I kind of also thought the opposite. I was thinking, like, I also thought, like, was it wrong for me to only think and mostly think of, like, not positives? And should I have thought more positives? And should I, as a person, be, like, more positive on myself?
Nafisa?
I just felt that I realized like how different people are, and I really respect those that like self-recognize the negatives about themselves. I think it's very brave of them to do that because it's hard for somebody to say, okay, like the weaknesses of of themselves. So yeah, I think that was very nice to see how brave they are to recognize their weaknesses and talk about it.
Cool. I'll get a few more. Alia?
I feel appreciated and understood. That's how I feel.
Sure. Shahida? Okay. Avile?
Well, after writing all of the statements, I feel like I should really sit down with myself more and statements like these. I feel like I should sit down with myself more so that I can figure out these statements, and therein doing that, figuring out myself. And well, also I feel grateful about the statements and hearing from Shireen, because she said something that I've in fact been thinking about, and that's the future, and that we only have one life, so you might as well spend it doing what you're passionate about, which is what I've been thinking lately. And what some of the things she said, I really needed to hear because I've been thinking about them.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you all for sharing. I'll share my screen one more time so we can continue. Okay. Now we're on to the 7 R's, and something that Aviile had mentioned. If you look at the R's, you see there's a word called reflection, and having a time to just sit and truly reflect on what it is we have written, what it is we have said, whether it be positive or negative, not negative, but positive or self-critical about ourselves. And I'm just going to quickly share with you what each R means here. Okay. So we have risk-taking, which here it says to invite the possibility of harm, loss, danger for the sake of progress and growth. We have resilience, to keep going when things get tough, not to be or feel defeated. We have reflection, to look at and critically evaluate your own behavior and thinking. Responsibility, to lead, be dependable, think and act proactively, take ownership of your past, present, and future. Relationship, to have a meaningful connection with someone involving respect, care, and communication. Resourceful, to be creative, think out of the box, to make a plan, and then reasoning, to think critically and logically. Now that I've said all 7, which for us is our strongest R? Just looking at all the R's here. Should I pick someone, or are we going to just jump in?
I think maybe pick someone and then maybe ask them to tag.
Sure. Let's go with Shahida. Oh, Shahida's network is giving her a problem. Okay, so we'll just go with someone else for now. Aviile.
So you're asking which of the R's that I relate most to?
Yeah, or the one that you think is your strongest.
Okay, well, I feel like responsibility is my word because I tend to take on the leader role, and I don't exactly like being depended on, but I could do it. I tend to take on the leader role, and I do take ownership of my past, present, and future. So responsibility is definitely me.
Cool. You can tag someone.
Okay, I'll just choose Layla.
Okay, I am busy trying to figure out whether I should go with reflection or reasoning. But I think almost in a sense, reflection is talking about critically looking at your own behavior and thinking through that. So I kind of think reasoning can work both ways. So reasoning about my actions and also just things in general.
Mm.
And I'll go with Zahra.
So I would go with resilience and relationship. The reason being, I would think resilience is very important, and I think that links with so many other things. And then relationship, I think that's very important. That I feel like our relationship and friendships are very important in life because it gives your life meaning, and I guess that's what life is about building friendships and surrounding yourself with good people. And I would choose Alia Sari.
Okay, so I think reflection is for me. I ask myself a lot about my behavior and my thinking, like should I have said that, or could I behave in a better manner, or this or that. Like I think a lot about my own behavior and thinking. So I think reflection.
Who are you going to tag, Alia?
Nafisa.
I would go also with resilience and relationship, because I think it's important when things get tough, like don't give up. And I think it's important to have good relationships in your life. So when things are rough, they are there for you, and then they help you get through it and they build you up. So I think those two are very important for me. I will tag Nusrat.
Okay, so I am stuck between reflection and resourceful. Because I'm constantly criticizing myself and my actions and trying to better that. But I actually think it's a little more resourceful because I criticize too much when it comes to reflection. So like I reflect way too much. But then with resourceful, I always think of new ways of doing things, and I try to be as creative in anything I do. And I will tag, I don't know, do me.
I think Tumi had some issues with the mic. Maybe you want to tag somebody else in this room?
Okay, Ilyas, I'll tag you.
Okay. I think reflection is probably the one that sticks out most to me. Because I think that as a human being, we have many positive traits, and we also have many things that we can work on. And I think that as you sort of motion through life, you should identify the things that you're good at and then try and work on the things that you're bad at. But the only way that you can do that is to reflect on yourself, but also to reflect, I would maybe add, to reflect on your surroundings, to reflect on your experiences, because I think everything in life, your experiences are lessons for you, but those lessons only really can be appreciated through reflection. And I'm going to tag Ishreen.
I think for me, the one that sticks out the most is relationship. It's kind of a big thing for me because the relationship I have with my friends, I think that it's one of the things I value the most and I depend on the most. And they had a huge impact on who I am, and I kind of grew with them. And I think because of that, I'm so attached to relationships. Must I tag someone?
Yes, please.
I'll tag Charles.
Yes, I would go with, just remind me again, my best or my worst?
Your best.
Resourcefulness. And I'll tell you, my brain can't keep still. It's always looking for new resources, whether it's a book or a video or a person or a place. Yeah, my brain is scanning the whole time to say, what can I find that will help me with whatever I'm doing right now? To a fault, that I'll tell you. The brain needs to learn to stop as well, and it doesn't always obey my commands.
just tag someone, Charlie.
Tag someone. Siwa.
Is Masiwa here?
He's not here.
He's not here.
Okay. Who else is in the room? I can't see the. I don't know why. I can only see Elias's face here. It's like. Here we go. Here we go. I'll find them. Aviile. How is Aviile? She been? No. Okay, there we go. It's Anne. Anne.
Okay, thanks, Charles. For me, relationship, top on my list. And as someone just now mentioned, family, friends, acquaintances, clients, for me to succeed in all those spaces, need to be conscious of the quality of relationship and make sure that always improved. And the second one is resourcefulness. I mean, currently, we've had to look for resources around COVID. We now know how to do Zoom, how to do Mentimeter and all those. So one needs to be on the ball all the time and make sure that you get resources, you ask for resources and make sure that it works. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to quickly run through the next part of it. We're not going to do a lot of explanations. We're just going to choose one R that is our weakest, so the one that we're not so strong at. But before we get there, I just heard that reflection is the strongest for many of us sitting in the room. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So our weakest R, we're just going to say the R that is our weakest, not give an explanation to it. How about that? And to start us off will be Aviel is smiling at me so nicely. Yeah, we'll go with Aviel because she smiled at me. Okay.
Risk taking.
Risk taking, the weakest. Tag someone.
I see Charles, so I'm going to tag Charles.
Hey, I feel like someone's gunning for me here. My weakest one is, I hate this question. I don't like being bad at anything. I'm going to say reasoning. I'm quite governed by my feelings, and which makes me sound stupid, but I'm not stupid, but just sometimes I need to think things more carefully. Sure. Even particularly about who am I actually. I'm going to tag Avuyile this time.
She just tagged you.
Oh, that was Avuyile, was it? Oh, golly. I'm still looking for the names here. Oh, Zara, there we go. Can we go with Zara?
Sure.
I choose risk taking, and I'm going to tag Nafisa.
I'm going to tag, I'm going to go with reasoning, and I'm going to tag Alia.
Mine's resourceful, and I will tag Shahida.
Shahida's having a little problem with the network, so she won't be able to.
Oh, okay. So Asia.
Mine is reflection. And I don't know if Alia went.
Yeah, she went.
I did.
Okay. Nusrat.
Mine's is relationship, and I am going to tag Layla.
Okay, mine is risk taking, and I'll tag Elias.
Yeah, same. I would also say risk taking.
Sure. I want us to just quickly put the link between the R's and identity. So whatever you've mentioned is who you are and how you come up and how you present yourself. So when you spoke about your strongest R's, you all elaborated so much on it. And you gave us some nice explanations as to why this R is your favorite. But it also took you time to tag each other. And when you spoke about the weakest, it's like you don't want to really mention it because it seems too hard to mention. So you'd be like, okay, so I'll do risk taking. And then you find that we're easily tagging each other. But what we are saying is all these R's are within us. Some don't come out as strong as the others, but they are there. We just need to learn how to mold it and make it become us and then become a full, nice package where we do take risk, we do stand and be resilient, we do reflect a lot, we take responsibility, we build our relationships, we become more resourceful, and we also reason with whatever we do. So whatever we've said here goes straight to identity. Shahida just sent me a message here. She said her weakest one is risk-taking. And for quite a number of you, risk-taking is the big one. Because we're not sure, the definition here is to invite the possibility of harm. So that could be like, oof, I'm gonna invite harm, loss, danger for the sake of progress and growth. But that's important is we invite all these things so that we can grow. Just linking it to the I am piece. Writing it down might not be easy for all of you. You took the risk writing it down and the greater risk sharing it with someone else. You might not know everyone that's seated in the room, but that was the risk is we need to share it and we're going to talk about it. It's not easy to write down. I'm thinking, I'm trying to put it all together. I'm taking the risk now to share what I have written. And you've also reflected because you spoke about a lot of it being positive or some of it being self-critical or trying to balance the two. Some went over 10 statements, which was a big one as well. So we did all of this, but we did not really see that we did all of it. Do you see how I'm linking the two together? Any questions so far, or we all clear on this? We're good. Okay. Sure. How are we feeling? What's our feeling now? Is it a heavy feeling? Is it a light feeling? Is it, ooh, there's still a lot to learn. Still a lot to learn, I'm seeing. That's good, we can continue. Elias, you want to say something?
I muted my mic, but I think I was just going to say that it links back to what we spoke about last week, 2 weeks ago in the tutors workshop, where we spoke about how the more you learn about yourself, the more you realize, it's important to actually just evaluate yourself because life is so busy, so quick. You have your school, you've got your family, you've got your friends. And because you're motioning so quickly, you often don't have opportunities to take a step back and think about your life and where you're going. So I think that having these types of workshops are a very powerful way to do this, or just to think about these 7 R's and ask yourself, okay, what, at this stage, what is something I can work on? Yes.
Thank you so much, Elias, for saying that. So I'm going to just continue with this. Sure. Action steps. I want us to be very careful. I want us to really discuss this nicely. Okay, Shahida will be back with us now. Remember, we speak of 7 R's and we speak on identity. But what's important here is we can't just speak it. In Naledi, we've got what we live by. We've got 3 statements. We say it, do it, live it. You say what you need to say, You do what she said you were going to say, and then you live what she said you were going to do. Are we understanding that? It's a nice concept, because then we're saying it's good that you're saying it, but then we need you to start doing the work as well. And when you start doing the work as well, you need to be able to live that sort of work. So for the next couple of weeks, what's that one thing we are going to start doing? Leila can start us.
It's a bit ironic that you're asking me to start first, because what I was going to say is that I want to become more comfortable with making my voice heard. So instead of just sitting back, I want to speak out more.
Oh, great. So you're going to hear Leila's voice a lot more. That's what she wants to do. Right. You can pick someone.
Alia?
I actually don't know.
Well, let me ask this to you, Alia. What is the one thing you want to start working on?
Okay, maybe trying to better my relationships with the people that I love, because I feel like I don't express myself like so much. So they feel like I am being like ignorant, or like I'm just ignoring them. But I just don't know how to express myself to them. So definitely working on relationships. Yeah.
Working on relationship. Sure. Tag someone.
Zahra.
Stand up. 12:37. They're just doing action steps. So the timing is good.
Charles, your things. Alia, who did you tag?
I tag Zahra.
Zahra. Oh, Zahra.
So I would actually choose risk taking. I would say I would just try and make the most of life. Like, say how you feel, do the things, just do what you feel, and no regrets. And yeah.
Sure. You can tag.
Nafisa.
I think I'm going to reflect more often in the future, because I don't think I take out the time enough for myself, because I get so busy with other things and then I don't reflect on myself. And I think it's really important. And when I started this workshop, I reflected on myself and it felt really good. And I'm going to try and do that more often. So thank you for this workshop. And I'm going to tag Asia.
I would also go with reflection, because I never actually realized that I think I know myself, but I don't like truly know. I don't even know what I want. It's just like I'm just going with the flow. So I really like to try to, even just to get to know myself better.
You tagging who?
I tag Charles.
Charles.
Sure.
Oh, Charles, you're on mute.
Still on mute. Okay. I am in the next couple of weeks going to be taking about half a day each week, midweek, with my wife. So no work midweek. She's looking at me funny as I say it, but that's the plan we've been discussing, and it's just about work-life balance. Yeah. And that's a type of resourcefulness as well.
Sure. You're tagging?
All these tagging people. Nusrat? How is Nusrat? She been taken yet?
No.
I think I'm going to stop giving up so soon. Like, I've been trying a lot of new things recently, and they haven't been going great. So I've been wanting to give up on them and then just focus on school and pretend like school is my life, but I'm going to stop doing that. And I'm going to focus on these new things that I've taken up. And I'm going to tag Avuile.
Okay, so I am going to reflect more because I have already set a goal, and that goal is to improve my marks so that I can get better marks, because I've always wanted to get better marks, and that's my goal lately, to get better marks. So, but the problem is that I tend to focus too much on schoolwork and I forget about myself, and then I end up stressing over things. And like Charles said about a work-life balance, I need to find my work-life balance. So even though I'm working hard and I'm studying hard, I also need to take care of myself better. So that's my goal, to balance my work and my school.
Sure. And you're going to tag? I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
I'm tagging Dumi.
Dumi. Okay, Abrielle, can you tag someone else? Dumi's just having a problem with the microphone. She's in a very noisy area.
May I tag you?
Sure, not a problem. I think it's funny. I've actually got a very, very similar thing to Abrielle and Charles. I need to balance work and life. So for the next week, I really need to stop doing a lot and giving my time to rest, actually. So that's my goal now. That's my goal for the next week, at least. Get some time to just sit and do nothing. Who hasn't spoken? Let me see. Ishrin.
I think I mostly agree what Nusrat said about not wanting to give up, because lately things have like not been going my way, and I've been like considering giving up, and I shouldn't. I should try again because I just don't want to give up too soon. And yeah, that's all.
And you're tagging?
I'll tag N.
Yeah, it feels so emotional to hear the plans that you have for the week. And what is so beautiful is that you've realized that you are now in the seat where you drive who you are. I really love it. For me, it's gonna be work and home life balance. And we've been challenged by the lockdown. So we no longer have got strict office hours. We go through into the 10 p.m.s. So I'm gonna start working on that and also reduce cyber activity. We are quite active in the YouTubes and elections in the US and all those, just to make sure that I hide all my gadgets and not do anything.
And who are you going to tag?
I was gonna make it so easy and tag you because it's easy to remember. But now from my list, I don't know if I'd so much have wanted to hear Cindy's voice. I don't know if she's able to hear us and she's able to respond. Cindy, are you there?
Asked her to unmute. Cindy?
Yeah, it's
Really?
Doesn't.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes,
Yes,
Cindy.
yes, yes,
Oh.
yes. I'm here with you, and I hear you. What you said?
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You heard the question, Cindy?
Not really, but I hear that what you said about your goals and making plans and so on and so on.
Yes.
But what I need to say here is I like to balance my working and the family things, and the step I take to start, the step I take to start, I need to stick to it, because especially when the school is opening now. So I like to balance this because I have children at home. I need to accompany them to school, and at the same time, I need to stick to my study. Hello.
Yes, no, Cindy, we got what you said. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We missed your voice throughout the workshop.
And I'm really appreciating this moment, because to share something with you, because I'm not the person used to share something or speak with a group of people. So I appreciate this opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Cindy. I see we have one more person, Shahida, if you're able to.
Sorry.
You can okay. Shahida, if you're there. Or you already, or you sent me a message. Okay. Dumi. Oh, she's not there. Whew, thank you all so much for sharing. And to wrap it up nicely, I'm going to ask us, what is the one feeling that we're leaving with? It's not an explanation, just one feeling. So 2 words, I am feeling, ... Let's see who's here. I don't want to keep picking people. Let's see.
Okay, I'll go. If you don't want to pick, then I'll pick someone.
Thank you, Leila.
So I'm feeling motivated, and I'll tag Ishireen.
I'm feeling content, and I'll tag Ilyas.
I'm feeling optimistic. And I'll tag Nafisa.
I feel very grateful for this workshop. I'll tag Alia.
I'm feeling stronger, and I tag Zahra.
I'm feeling inspired and brave, and I'm tagging Asia.
I'm feeling peaceful. I'll tag Charles.
Charles?
I'm leaving feeling curious to see where this group takes it to the next week, to the next, what do you call it, workshop. So curious.
You're tagging, or will I tag for you?
I'll tag Cindy.
Cindy?
I'm feeling so very, very motivated by you ladies, the way you are so young. So I'm feeling so very, very proud and motivated by you and the group also.
Thank you, Cindy. And you're tagging?
I'm picking you. Sorry?
You're tagging?
Sorry, come again.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking you.
Me? I'm feeling excited. I'm gonna pick Ishrin. I don't know if she's spoken.
I went ready.
Picking, is Tumi there? No, not. Tumi just sent a message, she's feeling curious. Is Shahida there?
I'm feeling calmness.
Oh, and you're tagging?
Anne.
Anne.
Thank you. I'm feeling grateful. And I'm tagging, I know who I'm tagging. Nizrat.
I am feeling keen, but also exposed, and I'm tagging Abuile.
Well, I am feeling ready to go out and learn more because every time I learn here, I feel like I have more to learn out there in the world. So I feel ready to learn. And I am going to tag Elias.
I already gave an answer. I don't know if anybody else still need to go. Alia, did you go?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think everyone has gone. Sure. Thank you all so much for joining and being part of this workshop. I deeply hope you have all learned something new about yourself, and you're not just going to learn, but like, I think it was Avile who said she still needs to go out. We still need to go out and learn some more and also put into practice what it is you have said. So from the Deliver team, I thank the Tutonic team for organizing this platform yet again. And I thank also Anne, Charles, and Tumi for being part of this forum as well. Anything from your side, Elias?
Just again from our side to thank you for preparing this workshop. I think it's always a wonderful experience. It's something different than what we've been used to with Tutonic. It's just been maths. But it's really nice to sort of tap into this other dimension that is still so very important. I have sent a link to the chat that you should all see. It's a feedback form that I would like you all to fill in. I've also put it on Tutonic Updates, the Tutonic Updates channel that you have on Telegram. So maybe we can just give you some time just to fill that in now. Any other last words from you, Charles or Anne?
Yes, I just wanted to express my gratitude. Thanks to the participants for sharing. I trust you felt safe in sharing your stories. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to post the R's in a form of a naledi on our Tutonic updates so that you can keep it in your mind, pick whichever one you've chosen to work on, just learn more about them and see how they help you become who you are. And thanks so much. That's me.
Okay. I think a nice thing to say is for the next workshop we have, this is a nice challenge to all the participants, is bring a friend along so that they too can gain this and get more out of this experience that you're all getting. We don't want to be selfish. We want to share with everybody. So tag a friend along, bring them to the next workshop, get them as excited as you are as well. And we will make sure we do our part as well in fueling that excitement. So once again, thank you so much.
Can I just say one thing? Anne, you want to tell them about there's a document they can access, I think. Is that right? As a follow-up, if they wanted to do anything more on this topic.
Charles, I didn't get that.
There's a follow-up document that Sune has created for us, which we can share with the students. Do you want to just tell them perhaps by when they can access that?
I've just mentioned that.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
understand. Right. No, that's
we'll
fine.
post it. Yeah, we'll post it immediately. Yeah.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Thank you very much to Tutonic. Thank you to all the students. My eyes are on stalks, listening to all the answers. Yeah, the oxygen is obviously very, very thick down in Cape Town. The brain is getting very well fed. I think we need to visit Cape Town. But thanks so much, Felius and Leila and Anne, for setting this all up. We really appreciate it a great deal. And we build upwards and onwards from here.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the next workshop.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.